Originally slated for a 2025 release, the Skyblivion team announced a delay in December last year. They require more time to address final challenges and did not provide a new release date. Despite the postponement, there is optimism that Skyblivion will be released this year. I fully support the team's decision, whatever it may be, and encourage them to take all the time they need. They spent more than 10 years on the project. A few more months or even a year's delay is fine by me. In this video, we go over some community chatter, check out the new Skyblivion satellite map, talk about level scaling, survival mode, touch spells, Skyblivion UI, underwater combat, spellcrafting, and more. Finally, we end with dream time, so stick around till the end! Here are some top comments in their video. This person says, "You can't rush greatness." Well said. And this person says, "I played 10 hours of the remaster and decided I was saving it for Skyblivion." I love it. And my comment here appears to be the most controversial. Lots of hardcore Oblivion fans don't seem to like it when I said, Skyblivion will be the definitive way to play Oblivion. Hey, that's my opinion. If I want to hang out in Cyrodiil, I will always choose Skyblivion with mods compared to a fully unmodded remaster. Let's think about this. Can the remaster truly rival the 25-plus-year-old legacy of classic Oblivion without official modding tools? Considering the remaster's current player count, I highly doubt it. Skyblivion and classic Oblivion, however, are poised to carry the torch for the next 25 years. A developer responds to a comment saying that setting the 2025 goal publicly actually helped the team. Having a clear external milestone gave the team the focus and momentum they needed to streamline the work and prioritize what truly mattered. They also mentioned that they genuinely are very close, which is great news. What do you guys think about the delay? And are you excited about Skyblivion and its incredible modding potential? Or do you prefer the Oblivion remaster? Or are you a true believer in modded classic Oblivion? Whatever your preference, one thing is for sure, the Divines truly bless us with so many options. Gods be praised. The team is moving towards a Skyrim style UI look and feel. Here we see the skills screen. I like that we get to see all the skills and skill progress information on one screen. No need to navigate a star map and scroll horizontally like in Skyrim. It looks fine and is dark mode by default, which is always a win for me. Next, we have a character sheet screen here. Yes, this looks so good. Skyrim never had a character sheet, which was really sad. But here we can observe the attributes growth, action information, and reputation data all in one screen. Now we see the old UI character sheet design. Which one do you guys prefer? Let's see. We will open this character sheet window 100,000 times throughout our playthrough, so I prefer dark mode here, even though the old design looks great. Then we have the bird sign UI. The old color scheme looks spectacular, to be honest. It was more colorful and artsy. But we see the screen once per playthrough, so I'm fine with the dark mode. The class creation screen with the old colors also looked so good, but like the birth sign screen, we see this only once, so I'm fine with them darkening this too. Here we see the wait screen. This looks different compared to Skyrim, but it has the same dark theme. And we also have the lockpicking minigame UI also in dark mode. I'm a dark mode guy. I struggle with bright colored UI. I think they hurt my eyes. So I'm happy with the Skyblivion team moving towards a more Skyrim-like UI design. Do note that modders will create all sorts of UI themes, so one will find many options going forward. What are your thoughts on the UI? Do share them in the comments. . The team released an interactive satellite map on their website. We can take a closer look at the world of Skyblivion. We have most Oblivion POIs except the DLC locations. Thus, for example, we don't see Frostcracked Spire here, the tower east of Bruma that serves as a home for magic-oriented characters. There are so many POIs for you to explore and find new things added by the Skyblivion team. I feel exploration will truly be rewarded as the Skyblivion team has put a lot of hard work into making sure that every region of the map feels unique. Yes, they have painfully remade many of these locations in their own image. Thus, we will get to enjoy unique experiences unlike anything in Oblivion. Thank you Skyblivion team for working on this incredible map. Here is a question on the level scaling of Skyblivion, and we also have a developer's response. Yep, just like this person, I prefer zone scaled rather than level scaled enemies and items. I'm sure we will have mods that address enemy and item scaling of Skyblivion. This should not be a major issue if you are not happy with the scaling and progression. You can always add a mod. Next, this person asks about survival mode. I understand the developer's response as Oblivion never had any survival systems. But man, I love survival mode in Skyrim because it has the power to offer new experiences. For example, my first time climbing High Hrothgar was surreal in Skyrim survival mode. The journey from the base of the mountain to the top was an epic struggle due to the cold. By the time my character reached the middle zone, his movement speed was at 50%. Health and stamina were taking a hit. He really had to walk slowly, keep chugging health potions to make it. The entire hike was like a meditation. It felt like a pilgrimage or a test. And when we finally reached High Hrothgar, it was a special feeling. That walk surely will rank high in my all-time favorite gaming moments, and it was made possible due to survival mode. I also like this mode because it gives you more data to track. Food items have satiation values, armor and clothing have warmth values, cooking becomes important, and gathering resources has more meaning. All of these additions add to the immersion. Oh, and then we walk everywhere. That is how we experience the world. Fast traveling for free is one of the most disgusting anti-roleplay mechanic, and survival mode gets rid of that. So yeah, as you can see, I'm a survival mode advocate. So if a survival mode mod for Skyblivion comes out, it will be in my load order. But what about you guys? Are you crazy about survival mode? Cooking, cold, warmth, food and hunger values? Let me know in the comments below. Next question, will Skyblivion have touch spells? Yes. Playing as a touch spell mage archer was one of my favorite things in Oblivion. You have a ranged option and an option at melee range, deadly from far and up close. My first Skyblivion character build will be an illusion mage archer, that's for sure. Underwater combat won't be available by default as the devs found conflicts with animation mods and were facing other technical issues. I am broadly fine with not having underwater combat. Compared to Morrowind, Vanilla Oblivion does not have many dungeons or caves with massive underwater sections. A few dungeons in Oblivion are partially submerged. Then there is one cave near Bravil with an Argonian tribe. This can lead to some fun underwater combat. I assume the Skyblivion team must have changed the layout of that cave to ensure we can pass without having to fight them underwater. Spellcrafting won't be available as the developer working on it left the Skyblivion team and they don't have access to the code. I'm conflicted on this. On one hand, I love combining and fine-tuning spell effects to my own liking. On the other hand, I'm not a fan of 1000% speed or fortifying acrobatics and making spells with hundreds of stun effects. All of that makes the game trivial. In Morrowind, spellcrafting is a must as stock vanilla spells totally sucked. I will be happy if the Skyblivion team adds a lot of new pre-made spells. More spells and more magic effects, the better. As a pure mage, one has to experience a clear sense of progression. We should gradually get more powerful spells, making magic gameplay extremely satisfying. Also, don't forget, Skyblivion will have perks under the intelligence and willpower attributes. These perks can add to your spells, give new spell effects, or enhance magic gameplay. I recently played Skyrim, and in that game, the pre-made spells were more interesting compared to vanilla Oblivion. For example, a frost spell may have a chance to freeze the enemy solid for several seconds, or a lightning spell may paralyze the target for a few seconds. Spells in Skyrim were divided into 7 tiers, which are unlocked over time as the player advances in level. I never felt the need to make custom spells in Skyrim. So yeah, I will be okay if Skyblivion won't have spellmaking as long as we have a great variety of interesting spells and the progression feels good. Also, I'm fairly positive about attribute perks elevating magic gameplay. So do share your thoughts on spellmaking and what we discussed now. The team also spoke about a feature called Dynamic Dungeons, which should give players an incentive to return to already cleared dungeons. After a dungeon is cleared for the first time and its associated quest is completed, minor changes should occur in the dungeon once the cell resets. This mainly pertains to enemies spawning in a dungeon, but also to miscellaneous clutter being added. This feature may be added once the base game is out. I have many more questions for the Skyblivion team regarding mechanics. I hope to contact the team and get some answers. For example, I want to know about their ideas for the disposition system and how they tackle vampirism. What about the alchemy system? Hand-to-hand is not a skill in Skyblivion, so how viable is an unarmed build? Can they provide perks for hand-to-hand combat? What about enchanting services? We know that the armorer skill won't make it in Skyblivion. So will we have a weapon degradation system? Many questions about the game system and mechanics remain. Please post your questions in the comments so I can reach out to the development team for answers. Hopefully these will be addressed shortly. Alright guys, so with that we come to the end of this month's Skyblivion update. We still have Dreamtime. These are some of my favorite screenshots shared recently. I shall see you soon for other Skyblivion update. May the divines watch over you.